On this episode, Hasan Minhaj stops by, and get ready, this episode is fucking awesome. Hey everybody, this is GaryVee, Nerd Chuck, and this is episode 274 of the AskGaryVee show. Hasan Minhaj is in the building.
Yeah.
We've already, by the way, we did a much better version of the show already before the show because our energies were 1 + 1 = 11. Not even a 1 + 1 = 3, which is the in-between of me liking somebody. The 1 + 1 = 11 is I'm going to be homies with this person for the rest of my life. Behind the scenes, through our people, through like direct messages, it's been very obvious. I've been looking forward to this tremendous. This has been a fun day.
Same.
It's a fun day for me. I had Roy Jones Jr. I'm a huge boxing fan.
Yeah.
I had Quincy Enunwa from the Jets. The Jets are my religion. And now you are here.
Thank you.
And you guys, Andy, admit you are sad that everything that happened prior to this intro was not in the podcast or the AskGaryVee show. Yeah. But you're happy that Kyle was documenting it for Daily V and we'll be able to use some of that. Yes. You're equally happy that we may cut up 1 minute of something that was said before and it may go
on
really
IG
viral
video.
On IG video. Okay, good.
And it's going to have the yellow thing around here. My thing is going to be annotated above here.
He's in it.
And Kevin Durant may like it. How fucking dope is that?
Hey, hold on. Before you explode and do your thing, you have to tell, listen, I have a lot of people on the show. I always say the cliche, the 9 people that don't know. I think it's very obvious to me. I gave you a compliment off the air of like how you've audited me and what I'm up to is how I judge everyone.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay. I've got a real fucking racket.
Yeah,
it's a mirror game. Right. I judge everybody in the world based on how they judge me because I think I'm an enigma, hard to figure out. Yes. And the smarter you are, the more you believe. You believe so much that I'm like, fuck, this dude's really fucking smart. So now what I know is because of that, and that's cultural and pulse and awareness and distribution, I think a lot of my fans, already know who you are, but more importantly, a lot of them don't and will really become fans of yours. So I'm excited. I'm even curious of how you're gonna answer this question. Who are you and how do you describe yourself and what's the origin story? Go.
My name is Hasan Minhaj. I'm a comedian and correspondent on The Daily Show, on Comedy Central, and I'm a comedian and storyteller,
What's the origin story?
Origin story? So, how did I get into this? Okay. So,
but more importantly, origin, like comic books, like a spider bit your face.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Where were you born, like that
Hussein, should I give him the Homecoming King story?
Of course.
Okay. This is culture right here.
Listen, I'm excited.
So born and raised in Northern California, child of immigrants, first generation. A lot of your story, my story, super similar. Eldest in the family, so therefore I had to like sort of carry the load. You know what I mean? Sort of define.
Fucking AJ had a great life. I know.
Amazing life. One of my famous jokes from my special on Netflix is I talk about how much younger siblings bring nothing to the table. They're basically worthless.
Was that a humble brag? The Netflix special. Like I like the way you weave that in. Like I want a Netflix special, and I like the way you slid that. You like slid into the DM.
No. You know what it is? Is people go, how do I see it? And you have to let people know. Hey, like Netflix has been synonymous with comedy. So you're with your cab driver. Hey man, do I know you? You do comedy? Where you go Netflix? They go, oh, got it. It has been synonymous with you do comedy. Where can I see it?
Yep.
I don't believe you. Oh, you do. Just like when you were growing up.
Cab drivers are telling you that they don't believe you?
No. Like cab drivers have to drive open micers around all night.
All day.
Between like 7 to 2 a.m. New York City is the place to do comedy. But if you say you're on Netflix, it's just like in the 80s and 90s
totally
when you say I had a half-hour HBO special. People are like, you're on HBO?
Same game.
Same thing.
Same fucking game.
So it's not just enough to say, look at my clips on YouTube. People are like, oh, no, it's like a curated thing on Netflix. Cool. So
wait, make fun of younger siblings again? It makes me feel good?
Oh, younger siblings. Younger siblings basically inherit everything from us. Clothes, 100%. Culture, money. And they're all, oh, I have my own opinions. No, you downloaded that from me.
That's right.
Like you literally took all of that from me.
I like this.
You bring nothing to the table.
That's right.
You are diet me.
That's right.
You're low calorie me.
Now, Jake, real quick, you're number what in the family of brothers?
2, the middle.
Yes, understood. Downloaded.
My deepest apologies. My deepest
the worst
condolences.
Spot, right? The middle's the worst.
That is bad.
We can all agree that the middle child is
sucks.
disproportionately the worst situation.
Okay, can I just say something?
Of course you do,
wait,
Kyle.
30
You're a
second
middle
time out.
child.
30 second time out. So
By the way, everything I thought about you has just been confirmed. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
My heart breaks.
I'm kidding.
My heart breaks, by the way, because now I'm on like team empathy, because you get it so hard in every single video.
Babin.
My God.
You're a real
Babin.
Hasan's
Holy
a real
shit.
fucking fan.
Babin.
Like a heart.
I just want what you. Hey, sound speed. You guys control the edit. You guys control the edit. Literally put in a cut where you win.
Kyle,
every single.
good news.
We're on
No. Hassan. Kyle.
There's not one thing where Babin wins.
No, dude.
Homeboy who fucking bring me the right jersey.
No.
Bring me the right jersey.
Let's. Hassan.
Fucking 19.
You don't know. Wait a minute.
Can't even shave.
Okay.
Go get me the right jersey.
Hassan, you are.
Oh my God.
First of all, your depth of knowledge of what's going on with us is amazing. You're my best friend. Hold on. No, you're not getting to say something. You're my best friend. Number two,
that's not true.
I got a fun, because I know that you know so much, there's certain things you don't know. Kyle the other day edited an episode where the last 4.5 minutes of the episode that he submitted, the fact that he even says this is not a joke, this didn't make it, the last 2.5 minutes of the episode is him editing the episode. So Babin has unbelievable humility. Kyle comes out the gate at the third or fourth, seventh one he's done.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what's a good idea? While nobody's looking, and since there's not that much content because Gary was busy, I'm gonna make 50% of the video just me editing the video. He's the anti-Babin.
Right.
Babin's going humility long game. Kyle's like, fuck it. If this goes viral,
you had to
I
turn
might be
in
able
your
to leave
essay,
tomorrow.
Right? You're like, I gotta turn in the edit.
He's like,
you had to turn in the edit. You're
Hassan,
like, I gotta turn this in. File, export, get it to Gary,
dude,
just get it online.
Dude, honestly,
I got an A on the paper.
Here's what I think happened. He's like, wait, Hasan Minhaj is coming in a week. If he sees this episode, he may hire me direct. So he killed it. He went the other way. I agree. Listen, we've established it. D-Rock is grossly overrated.
Holy shit.
Yes.
D-Rock, we love you. All right, so.
All right, no. Now I'm gonna do my dark horse.
This is gonna be a disaster.
My dark horse pick.
AKA best
Tyler.
episode since.
Tyler is
Schmidt?
Tyler Schmidt, I want to poach you so bad.
You should.
The speed at which
I want him to be
you
exposed
deliver
at my amazing abilities.
is unbelievable. His
Great.
text message reply game, unbelievable. Him looping it. I'm talking
Tyler,
about just
do you
X's
feel
and O's.
because you
Unbelievable.
like Hasan so much that you probably and the people behind him you admire so much? Do you feel that you are answering him a little bit quicker than, let's say, the people that you don't admire or think is cool? Like, that has got to be true,
So Wolf
right?
Blitzer slides into your DMs. Do you respond as fast or no?
I go crazy. Wolf, if you're
Wolf
watching,
Wolf is great. Wolf is great, and he took all the ball busting that I did at the White House Correspondents Center very well. So
Did he?
Thank you. Wolf took it very well.
He's the
And
best.
I went at Wolf, and that
did you
was
just
good.
slip in the correspondent? You are really. You know what? I'm super impressed. I do the same shit, but you're really good at it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you've created
Okay.
context in such a natural flow. I do this a lot. People are so bad at I agree with you. You got to create some context, but you're
Well-
storytelling properly.
But think about the meetings that we
Do
go
you
into.
understand? But like
100%
okay.
agree, and I know.
Like I want to break the
Child
sixth
of
wall or
immigrants,
whatever. Like
New
you know, like
Jersey, Wine Library, Belarus. Yes. So you got to get
It's
those
pa-
in.
it's like-
yeah, you're a comedian, dude. You do sets. You basically do sets.
You know, I got so
You
true.
basically do sets.
I got off the record. I've got to talk to you about something that's happening in my world based on comedy agents thinking that I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
I got to really talk to you about this. I have to actually ask you something.
And the bigger question is
I think I'm the best comedian in the world, and I think I'm gonna actually. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. My Netflix special is gonna be my Hulu special is gonna be downloaded so many.
you're gonna take a massive L on that Hulu.
No way. No way.
You're gonna pay
Nope.
for the apps yourself on that.
That hurt.
Oh, that's
That
shots
hurt.
fired. That's my
That hurt. That hurt.
bad. That's shots fired. Shots fired. Shots
Respect.
fired. Shots fired.
Anyway, origin story.
Origin story.
Yes.
Child of immigrants, grew up in Northern
Your siblings
California.
suck. Go
Grew up in Davis, California. Was a big speech and debate kid. I
Makes
really,
sense.
really loved arguments, right? Presenting your point and argument in your position. I did a thing
Were
called...
you cliche good student?
No. I was classic, and you know this as an Indian kid. I was good, not great. So I got this is gonna say no. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I was middle of the pack Indian, which meant I was top of the pack everybody else. But that ain't cutting it. That ain't cutting it. I was destined to go to the...
Do you know about Edison and
dude,
Metuchen?
oh, you're talking about the India factory?
Yes. So
that's where they make us.
That's where I grew up.
Yeah.
And I was the immigrant as a Russian kid. And then 1985 hit, and 9 kids, last name Patel, moved that summer, and everybody was like, what? And then I was an American now, because there was more immigrants, not me. I was like, this is cool. Until I realized, wait a minute, these are my people, because they were the only other hustlers. They wanted to make money.
Patels,
They like all my friends in middle school were Indian kids because they also wanted to shovel snow and wash cars and make money. But to your point, I was D's and F's. They weren't doing anything and getting straight A's. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So you were like that. Tell the truth. Thank you.
But no. But
nothing. You got straight A's. Own it. Scarlet letter A on your face.
Hang on. False.
I want to see your report card. Tyler, go. Where's my report card?
Yeah, we'll get the report card.
Where's your report card?
I'll get you the report card.
I want the report card.
This guy.
Get me I want the report card.
Gary wants a PDF of everything.
What's your class rank?
I will give you.
What's your class rank, bro?
I wasn't top 5%.
Top 5? I was 267 of 273.
Yeah.
What were you?
I was probably
81.
Yeah, I know. I was probably
519.
I was like,
regional high school. Respect.
I was top. I was top.
All right, go ahead.
No, but I think you know what's so crazy? Because he was such a absolute failure with academics, you can hold that over anybody who got B's. You're like, you got B's, dude. You square ass motherfucker that got B's and C's. And I'm like,
it's so crazy how entrepreneurship and it's like gone I'm living in a bizarro world. I'm like, fuck this. If I was making $4,000 a weekend when I was 12 in 2017, I'd be like fucking a genius the next this. I was getting shit on by everybody because I didn't read Catcher in the Rye over the weekend.
So back to what we were talking about.
Did you pause because you're like, fuck, I read that in 1 hour?
No.
Guys, post edit. Put A's all over his face. Jake, I want A's all over his face.
No, this is 100% why. He keeps going. He was like, there are, you guys know this, there's like 15 videos in the IG video of him being like, I was a loser. I was a loser. People call me a loser for getting D's and F's. You fucking suck. Then there's just like him at Complex Con doing that. Now, that being said, you're right. But I think a common theme that we talk about is I sort of hit my academic wall. And,
I see.
And do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
Where it's like, oh, I can't get into.
And was that scary, or was that like cool? Were you cool with that?
I realized, I think my freshman or sophomore year of college when I started doing stand-up, was that I can't play someone else's race. Right?
Yes.
And so there's a lot of immigrants that watch you and watch this stuff. And I think if you have 10 Desi kids, all 10 of them aren't designed to be doctors.
That's right.
And yet they're forced to. And one of my really good buddies is, he dropped this gem on me. He's like, how many future roomies have we lost to become electrical engineers?
100%.
Right?
I believe in that
and
so much.
And so for me...
Do you know what my fear is right now? It's going the other way.
Yeah. And I have friends telling me,
I'm really fearful. And I want to just take this because there's some of you out there right now. Some of you should go work at Bain and McKinsey and Goldman and will crush it.
Right.
But you think this became cool and you're gonna go want to start the Uber of dry cleaning.
Right.
And you're gonna fucking fail. And it's and so it's just self-awareness.
Yeah. So for me, I was like, I can play the game everybody else is playing, right? And I can go to the Caribbean and do med school in the Caribbean and come back and do that thing that a lot of immigrant parents force their kids to do. Or, in my freshman year, I sort of discovered stand-up comedy.
Where were you? Where'd you go to school? What city?
I went to UC Davis.
Yep.
Loser, lived at home.
Yep. Love it.
Right? Immigrant parents, let's do this. I lived, T3, it was from the T3 era. Remember everybody, LimeWire, Kazaa was downloading everything?
Of course.
So I didn't have cable growing up.
You should know what this guy was doing.
A buddy,
your fellow brother over there was fucking, should be in jail.
Right. A buddy of mine shows me, he's like, yo, this is stand-up comedy. I'm like, oh, this is the worst part of Seinfeld. I hate stand-up comedy. I didn't have cable. So all those Comedy Central half-hour specials that came out, I missed. I'm like, this is the worst part of Seinfeld. I'm 32.
Keep going.
So I see Chris Rock's Never Scared. This isn't that old. That came out in 2004.
Yes.
The purple suit.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, he's talking about politics, the war in Iraq, like really heavy. That's stand-up? And then it clicked for me. I go, stand-up is funny speech and debate. I can do this.
And were you class clownish?
No. I'm like a lot of comedians, I was actually pretty quiet, like taking stuff in, thinking about it, doing the long division in my head and being like, that's the take.
So what happened?
That's the funny thing. And then I just started doing it.
Open mics.
Open mics, straight up. And
tell me about the first one.
First one actually went pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, it went.
And that was it, right?
And that was it. Yeah,
that high was
and to me it felt like every laugh I got, and I didn't crush, but I did good enough. But every laugh. What
was the bit or joke that got the best laugh in the first one?
This is
By the way, notice how easy that when it's your thing, you know every. Like, I love that. I love how quick the recall was on that. I'm fascinated by that.
This is like an OG. Hey, I live at home with my parents. I never want my dad to pick up the phone because he'll give directions to the house in the wrong way. It's like, hey, go down Montgomery. What is that? Montgomery? No, that's what I said. Montgomery. Take a left, drive past the McDonald's. You mean McDonald's? Yeah, McDonald's. Fourth house on the left. What's the address? Fourth house on the left. Click. And like that got like a big, like immigrant dads do this, 100%. Right? And that's like I get it. It's a hack, whatever. But it got laughs, and it felt like those moments I could see the Matrix.
What happened next? What was the next kind of like dot on the right?
Google.com. How do you become a comedian? ? Go. Boom. How to become a comedian? Go to your local open mic. Sign up. If you can't, start your own open mic. I literally just did everything. Started my own show, went to the college board, started a comedy club. Hi, I'm Hasan Minhaj. I would like to be president of the comedy club. Are there any students at UC Davis that want to become a comedian? They issued me $10,000. I then called other bigger comedians. Hey, I'm Hasan Minhaj. I'm the president of the comedy club. Will you come to my university? I will open for you.
This is where a good thing we weren't roommates, because I would have been like, bro, Hasan, before we spend the $10,000, I'm going to go buy a bunch of shit at Toys R Us. It's going to be 13, and then we're going to buy some t-shirts. It's going to be 27.
No,
we could have been Amazon.
We're still, I know we could have. But the thing that you flipped tchotchkes and pogs and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
I realized I can flip jokes.
Love it.
So if I build a 5-minute set, I could do Conan, and then I could take that Conan
clip. And you could
clip.
write at that point?
Yeah.
Like I'm I can't, even though I've written books. Like
no, but to me, comedians and musicians.
I'm so improv that like when I think about hip hop, I always ask Boyd, I'm like, who just spits it from the dome versus who writes it? Right. Because I'm always like, oh, I'm like the spitters. Like,
but so you're like a comedian that works it out on stage.
Yes.
So you'll do your set. And he'll do his same opener that he does at every single TEDx. I'm
7 years old.
7 years old. He has his beats, right?
Yes.
And it sharpens over time.
100%.
So he's a guy who works it out on stage.
Wait a minute, now I'm pumped you're
so
here.
To me,
who is that historically in comedy?
Chappelle. Great. I mean, he's the one of the great. That's
what he does. Works Who's considered a work on stage comedian? Like
Mark Maron.
Okay, yeah.
Chappelle.
What about Richard Pryor?
I don't know enough about.
Sure. Got it.
But Rock is very rote.
Yeah, I know.
He's like straight up yellow pad of paper, point. And if you actually look at the transcript of what his act is, it's straight up like a legal argument.
Wow.
Right? Just straight.
Love that.
Here's the position, hypothesis. Boom, evidence A, evidence B, evidence C. I'll repeat it again. Oh, you don't believe me? D, E, F.
Yeah, I know.
I'll repeat it again. Oh, you still don't believe me? G, H, I, applause break, drop the mic.
I think my speeches have. I think I was very affected by Chris Rock and Richard Pryor. Like when I analyze myself on stage to give a business keynote.
Yeah.
I literally have that cadence.
Right.
Like the delivery of my point.
Right.
When people talk to me about the comedy thing, I'm like, that makes so much sense.
Right.
I listened to so much of it as a kid.
Yeah. The only difference between what you do and what we have to do with stand-ups is our shit has to be airtight.
Yeah, very much so.
There can't be lulls in between.
100%.
So you know how like when you're ranting at sometimes people and there's just, it's a long,
100%.
You got to tighten.
I totally see. Yeah, it makes sense.
That's the beauty. And that's the struggle and what I love about comedy.
Yeah.
Is that from minute 0:00 to 60:00.
Yeah, I love that.
It's gotta be tight.
Love that. It's cool.
So
do you go in the bunk like some of the characters, like when you get ready for like when you did your special? So how did the special go? That you knew he was coming. Do you go into like the cocoon and like fucking practice and shit?
So that was different. That was like I felt I had a really powerful. To me, Homecoming King was kind of like a Brown John Hughes movie.
Yes.
I had a great story to tell.
Yes.
My life growing up, just like your first hip hop album. It's your life story.
Yeah, you know everything about
yes.
it. It's so deep. It's why I'm sad that I don't do the lemonade thing anymore because I feel like I don't want to bore anybody. So I'm like mixing it up.
Yeah.
But that was the best time because it's like fucking like I don't know, like just telling the story.
Yeah. So for me, I just knew that as like I got to get this right. So I started workshopping it. In LA, I got hired at the Daily Show. Came out to New York, workshopped it more. I then took it to off Broadway. Did a run, did a second run. I wanted it to be like diamond tight. Then did a tour around the country.
Do you have any homies helping you out?
I had a director.
I like when the comedians like hang together.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
That's
Oh,
rad.
yeah. So I have like a core group of like people that I've worked, and you can see on, the credits, like head writer that I work with, like a lot of creative consultants that I run stuff by. Like, I'm not afraid of being like, hey man, is this whack? Is this good or is this bad? Counsel, just like, iron sharpens,
Who's the weird part of that crew? Like, who's like your buddy from 6th grade who farted on you?
Right.
Anybody like that? Or is there any like left field one?
No, this is the left field one. Is, a lot of the stuff we do at The Daily Show is left leaning. One of my very good friends that I always
Hardcore
bring in,
conservative right?
hardcore right.
Love it.
And I go, look, man, just call me on it. Like, argue with me. Like, tell me what it is. And here's the thing is like, again,
Does
to
he
me,
punch you?
he doesn't physically punch me. All right. But like, it's funny speech and debate to me, right? So it's like,
I love it.
Poke holes in my argument and then counter.
It's gonna make you tighter.
Counter, yeah.
I only prefer when I'm going into rooms where people think television commercials are a good idea.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Really, I mean, it's my favorite spot because the market, you have to be historically correct. Like you can't get high on your own supply. Like, I think that's super smart.
Right.
I'm fascinated by that.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
You should have another righty. You should get another one.
Oh, I have like a crew.
More.
Oh, of people that are
yeah, exactly.
Man, it's tough.
You're like, damn, I don't even like one of them.
It's tough to find people that are that good and funny.
Yeah, I get it.
You can't be a troll. If you come to the circle, you got to be nice with.
So what
comedy.
was the first breakout?
The first.
When did you feel like, oh shit, this was good?
When John? Oh, my first.
For your career.
My career.
So you're doing mics. What was like the first kind of like?
So
like a mini, like maybe the ones maybe.
Growing up in Davis, I would drive to San Francisco. San Francisco had a big comedy competition called Wild 94.9. That's their Hot 97. Mm-hmm. Best comic standing.
Right.
Who's the best comic in the city? The best comic in the city gets to open for Comedy Jam, which is our summer jam. Yep. Cat Williams, Gabriel Iglesias.
Yep.
So I won that.
You did?
Yeah, and that was in 08.
Were you confident going in? Like, did you roll up in 08?
So for me, it was
like, I'm definitely winning this shit.
No. So I'm driving the 91 Nissan Stanza.
Love it.
From our house, white with silver. Drove from Davis to San Francisco, Punchline. There was 14 other local comedians.
What are you listening to on the way up? Like some fucking like
Jay-Z
Twisted?
Blueprint.
Okay.
Yeah. Takeover.
Twisted Sister.
Track 2, Takeover, on repeat.
On straight repeat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like you. I'll listen to the same song 1,000 times.
Dude, this dude.
Yeah.
He's my favorite person on earth.
So
you're my best friend. Keep going.
So
you literally know it all.
No, but
I'm obsessed
for me, and I'm sure you feel this too, is I love the scenarios of Rocky 1. So I was the comedian. Oh, you from Davis, dude? Fucking Sacramento,
dude,
garbage.
6? What about 6 when he's
you talking
shit
about Creed?
again? Or 5 when he goes back? No.
Rocky Balboa.
Dude, Creed's insane.
Rocky Balboa.
Are they doing a Drago movie?
I have no idea.
I think they are.
I think
there's a movie on just Drago. Which is fucking amazing. I'll go definitely see it.
But yeah.
Do you like 6 when he goes back to the beginning? Did you watch 6?
That's with his son, right? And then they have the ESPN thing of like, this is what a computer generated thing would be, and he
or is it
comes
just
back and fights.
Rocky? Like it's the 7?
It's called Rocky Balboa, and yes, I do like Rocky Balboa. And I loved Creed.
Do you fantasize of losing
1.
everything that you've got right now and starting again?
No, you're insane. I don't fantasize about that.
You just understood. You agree with him, right?
But that's absolute insanity.
I really wonder. I'm really weirded,
because I'm married. I have a family, and I don't want to put people through that. Yeah.
We'll all move to like a studio.
I mean, you're
Queens
crazy,
and
but
yeah.
You're like,
again.
you guys will all be my collateral damage. But listen, the hustle, I'll be historically correct.
That's it.
You'll be 37, but Xander, I'll be historically correct. No. So
go ahead.
Yeah. So okay. So my biggest thing that
you're driving, you're listening to Jay-Z.
And I'm just like, look, it's all upside for me.
All upside.
Everybody's shitting on me, like, right? It's like I have nothing to lose. I have everything to gain. So it's just like,
you just made my fucking argument to when everybody shits on me that they knew that I was full of shit, and then they get to rise like a phoenix again on all upside. Dude, all upside is the fucking jam. You don't have all upside anymore.
The amount of intensity you have.
Now. Like I was driving the other day.
Unbelievable.
I said, listen, I was driving the other day and you're fucking on the building over there.
Right.
No upside anymore, bro.
No, there still is. Because I'm
Do you want to host like the Oscars?
I'm a role player on the show.
That's true.
So it still has yet to be seen.
Do you want to host the Oscars?
I'm not going to put my dreams out on wax.
Got it. I am going to
for fucking comments.
I think
and
I'm
people,
going to host the
my...
ESPYs in 6 years. Weirdly, I keep having this premonition, and my opening monologue is just shitting on everybody who dissed me in Vayner Sports.
Oh my God, you
Did
really
you see
are.
Michael Jordan's
As much as you hate Michael Jordan, that's very Jordan-esque.
So glad I beat you to it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got to start saying it first before you said it, because that's exactly what it is. I hate him with all my heart, but his Hall of Fame speech, that is historically and universally panned as garbage.
You love it.
Love it.
Yeah, at some point you got to evolve as a human being. That's just my 2 cents.
Not me.
Again, takes are great. Love your take.
Keep going.
Anyways.
So you win.
So
you're the king of San Francisco.
No, yeah, I get to do 5 minutes, but that at Comedy Jam, that was a big deal for me. The local radio DJs, and they were, and they were just like, Hasan Minhaj wins, and I'm like, cool. Dude, it's perfect. Yes, you don't like me. I'm brown. I'm this. I'm blah, blah, blah. I drove from Davis. Great,
perfect. The K on every slide and everything I'm still doing is the only thing that excites me.
It's great.
100%.
Hasan Minhaj, cool. I get to do 5 minutes, so I'm happy. I won. But to me, that was like a testament that like you can do this.
Yeah.
And
who was pumped? You.
Yeah.
Who's the second most pumped, or who was more pumped for you than you?
My wife now.
Love it.
Who was my girlfriend, now my wife.
She flipped her shit?
Yeah, I mean, my wife's the best. She was passing out flyers with me and the whole thing.
Love it.
She was like my ride or die.
Who was third most excited?
Third most, my mom.
Who was most disappointed?
My dad.
Because he was like, fuck, this means he's going to believe in this bullshit.
Yeah, he's not going to do law school. He's not going to do all that stuff. Yeah.
There goes my dream.
There goes my dream. Yeah.
I can't be in
and
the
he still thinks I can be something, you know what I mean?
I
He's
get
like,
it.
Yeah,
One day.
you can go back,
When did he flip?
White House Correspondents tonight.
That made him lose his shit.
Yeah, man.
Man, it made me lose. Like, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, he's like, man, we really did it. Mom's sitting here in a sari.
Yeah.
Like, full circle sort of thing.
Yeah.
Some of the most powerful people in the world
100%.
are there. That was cool.
Were you nervous for that?
No.
Are you ever nervous?
Again, it was Rocky
listen,
1.
I got it.
So the whole story was nobody wanted to do it. Everybody passed. Trump's not showing up.
Right.
Blah, blah.
Like, this is
again,
fucking
it's
perfect.
Rocky 1 for me.
I totally get it,
So
man.
James Corden passes because he has a lot to lose.
Because I think I could have fucking slid in there. Like, I would have done it in a heartbeat. And I'm not even a comedian.
But do you you like doing political roasts?
Fucking, I'll figure it out, dude. I'm improv from the get. I'll go up there and start dropping bombs like it's Afghanistan.
Dude, I love your insanity.
I think I can do it.
It's unbridled. No, but it's perfect. It's yeah.
Have you ever been nervous? You were a little nervous for this.
I get nervous. No.
Okay.
I get nervous. You know what it is? When you have to hit delete on the hour. So everybody's coming up to me. They're like, when's the next special coming out? And I'm in the gym at the cellar working on the new hour.
Okay.
And you're fat, you're flabby, the jokes aren't tight, you're not getting big applause breaks. You feel it, you're huffing and you're not in shape. But like Chris Rock right now, he's filming his special.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just like boom,
Slaying
boom.
it?
Yeah. He was just at Barclays. Like he's in shape, 8-pack. Like,
yep.
I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about comedically.
Your analogy is, I'm catching it.
Yeah.
And he's not as sharp.
But comedically, he's in that zone.
Yeah.
That's the sweet spot. And here's the thing: the moment they hit end record on that special, he has to go back to zero.
That's right.
And that part,
you're only as good as your last at bat.
But that part where you're getting ready, you gotta love that. The reset, and that a lot of comics don't like it. They like
what about roasting? This whole thing that you characters do is really rad to me.
Right.
I like the roasting shit.
So you like Jeff Ross and the stuff he does?
Yes.
Ross is great. He's one of the he's one of the greatest.
That's it's so cool that that's his thing.
He's R. Rickles.
100%.
You know what I mean? He's R. Rickles.
Do you do that?
That's not my lane.
Yeah.
My lane is
have you done it?
I mean, the Correspondence Dinner is that. And the reason you talk about
you're right.
No, you talk about attention arbitrage.
That's 100%.
People love watching it to see you go up there and not get laughs and yet deliver the jokes and get groans and they laugh at home. It's Pacquiao Mayweather
it's really
for
gnarly.
politics.
Yeah, except that fight under-delivered.
I'm trying to, whatever, Rumble in the Jungle for politics.
How about Hagler Hearns? Have you watched Hagler Hearns?
Mm-mm.
Can somebody pull up Hagler Hearns and make sure he watches it on the way out? It's the greatest 5 minutes of boxing history.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So
that's that.
SF, then what happens
then
next?
I was like, I could really do it. I moved to LA.
And then it started.
Yeah, and then it started.
You get a manager? Agent?
Go to LA, got a manager, and then from 09 to 2013 was doing my thing. Things weren't really popping the way I wanted to.
Who was the first major league player that gave you some love between 09 and 13, that gave you some encouragement? Did anybody come out of the woodworks, like a legendary comedian or a big-time comedian, just give you a little love in a good way?
So all I needed, my baseline was really simple. It was just like my Camry, my air mattress, and food.
Yep.
I was good.
You were binary.
Yeah.
You knew it was, I get it.
And my wife was like, you deserve better. But I'm like, look, I get to perform. I won.
I get it.
I won.
That's not the question, Hasan.
But you're talking about people who gave me a chance. Yeah. So it was little blips.
Yeah.
So like I got to do Chelsea lately in 09.
Yes.
That was a big deal. You get to sit on the panel.
Yes.
I booked like a recurring character on a show in like 2010, 2011.
What was that?
So it's like, it was on a show on ABC Family. And
what
then
was it called?
State of Georgia. State of Georgia.
I'm like, oh, there's something
No,
there.
no,
No, we got to spend the rest of the episode on the friction of that.
But like little levels up. But I think the big difference maker for me was when I started doing my own thing and putting stuff up on YouTube, sketches, and then I started doing these things called The Truth with Hasan Minhaj, which is basically like me to camera, giving my take on a particular topic or thing.
Yes.
And that really like got wild, massive attention. Bigger than like being on a TV show. But then the thing
You mean like this podcast versus Planet of the Apps?
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
I heard of it.
But the massive level up,
100%.
the Rockefeller chain was Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
And
How did that go down?
Michael Che leaves The Daily Show, goes to SNL.
Yes.
There's an open slot, right?
Yes.
There's usually 5 to 6 correspondents on the show. They had seen some of my stuff. They called me in.
Did you like
submit?
were you like in the zone when you got that call?
No. So for me, I was like, I saw the news.
Yeah.
I knew that an audition would be happening. And this is again where, as immigrants, you have to over deliver always. You just have to be a 14 out of 10. So the audition was, hey, just put yourself on tape and do this script, do this Jason Jones chat. I'm like, fuck that. I shot my own field piece, whole field piece. I'm talking about me in a suit, interviewing people, the whole thing.
How'd you look in the suit?
Good, yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead. Just trying to get some context
did the field
here.
piece, and then also I did my audition, but I shot it on a green screen, and I edited it in such a way that it looked like John was interviewing me. And that was just like,
was it a 14? Was it a 15 out of 10?
Out of 10? That was like 16. Mm-hmm. Dude, I mean, I'm telling you, like to me, I was like, put everybody's Vimeo link against mine. When you hit play on that thing.
Oh, that's like some comedy gangster shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, Vimeo link.
Dude, when I see people, I see people that like randomly message Gary, oh, I'm nice, I'm this, I'm that. I go, look, man, you better pull out your iPhone. You're nice at video editing. You better go, hey, play. 100%. And that shit better play, and it better be
or have a ridiculous mustache.
Incredible. Or you know, like people who talk shit like that. It's like you got to be able to back it up.
Should we do calls? Yeah. Good. Get some calls. Facebook, put in your phone numbers. We're gonna do some calls in a minute.
But that was like life changing. And then got
when
the call to come in. That was in 2014. And that's when I moved out here. That changed my life.
It's cool, man.
Changed my life. Yeah.
You're gonna be a humongous player. Your framework's right. Now it's just a matter of time.
Hopefully, God willing, man.
Yeah, just help now.
Yeah, I mean.
Seriously. It's so weird like that. It's so funny how that is. It's really mindset and framework and like humility.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Dude, your humility is such a fucking strength. It's so cool. Do you feel like you ever... Who's this? Dixon?
Yeah.
Dixon!
Yeah, who's this?
This is Gary Vaynerchuk, and you're on the AskGaryVee show with Hasan.
Oh, hi Gary, what's up, man?
Life is good.
Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, Hasan, what's up?
What's happening? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm going good, man. Oh, fucking shit, I can't believe this.
No, it's all good. It's all good. You got a question? We're here. We're not going. Don't worry about God right now.
Fuck.
No, dude, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. You're making us look like we're nervous. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Dixon, real quick. What did you think was going to happen when you put your phone number into Facebook?
Oh, I just scrolled around the comment section. I couldn't find my number when I opened it on my laptop. So I was about to type it again, but I don't know. My heart is pumping at 150 rates per minute.
How do you know that? Do you have some sort of device on you right now?
I don't know. I can't figure it out. I don't know if it's a day or a night. I'm seeing a call from GaryVee.
Dixon, do you have a question?
Oh, yeah, I have a question. You know, both of you right now, the combination is like two legends speaking at a time.
Oh, my God.
So,
this guy's very smart. Go ahead, Dixon.
I'm sharing, man. Okay.
Don't worry, we're here. We're not unlike comedy where there's no down, Hasan already told us, no like downside or like no, you got to be tight for 60 seconds.
Yeah, there's a lot of lulls going on right now, Dixon.
Dixon, we're unstopped. We're very into lulls. We want long, awkward pauses to build up suspense. So you take your time, fire away with your question.
Oh, yeah. So the thing is, I'm an aspiring comedian. I'm writing my own shit right now. Man. And that's the question to Hasan. And I just need an advice because, someday, 5 years down the line, I want my own Netflix. filling stadiums and stadium around the world.
So
that's
Dixon,
one thing.
you want Netflix,
a special.
you want stadium tours like Kevin Hart shit, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. And Gary, my question for you is, I've been associated with this, best network marketing company in the world, and I want to be a full throttle, a financial freedom in the next 5 years. Right now, I'm 24. I want to be financially free by 30. I don't want to work for the rest of my life.
Well,
going physically out of work.
Hassan's going to answer your other question. I'm going to tell you, do not make up arbitrary numbers of financial freedom. The quickest way to not be financially free by 30 is by deciding right now that you want to be financially free by 30.
That's a good point.
Okay.
What you need to do is look every day as a day of like Dixon, don't buy a dumb coffee for $4.13 tomorrow. Understood?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, Hassan.
Yeah. So you want a Netflix special?
He wants stadiums,
and you want to do
bro.
stadiums. All right. So I think the bottom line is, you wanting to be financially free by 30s, dude.
A lot easier than fucking
yeah,
doing.
man. Look, man.
How many people do stadiums at this point? Kevin Hart.
2, 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's so
two
hard.
2 or 3. It's tough.
Dixon, do you understand that you're asking for obnoxiousness by doing stadiums?
No. You can want
I
it.
understand.
You got to be that
no,
good.
By the way.
Yeah.
I don't think it's impossible.
Yeah.
I do think it's an obnoxious
Right.
ask.
So yeah, man, you got to get up on stage as much as possible. You have to be the best in your city, state, country. You got to be one of the best comedians in the world. So you got to devote your life to it.
Oh, okay.
Are you getting up every night?
Oh yeah. I've been writing, random thoughts, meeting random people and creating situations in a way that I
No,
can
but
open my diary to talk.
are you getting on
And we
stage
got to talk
every
about
night?
these situations you've been creating. Go ahead.
Are you getting on stage every night, man?
Oh no, I've just been staged, maximum 3 times. I'm an Indian student.
Okay, good.
Have been here in US since last 3 months, and since 3 months I've been on stage 3 times. So it's a
That's-
kind of freedom that gives me to go on the stage.
So
right
yeah,
now.
man, you
I'm
just
impressed with
do
that.
everything you can. You got to get up on stage every night, and you got to do multiple sets a night. So that's it. And record your sets, listen to your sets, make notes, and every single day you got to monitor that, and you got to make sure you write and or verbally record your thoughts and workshop your material and build your set and make it really, really tight.
Dixon, how's it felt on stage the 3 times you've been on?
I didn't get you to get it. Can you repeat?
Of course. How did it feel the first 3 times? How'd it go? Did it go well? I give you a lot of credit. So many people stay at 0. So you got me fired up right now that you've done it 3 times and you've only been in the US for 3 months. Like, you've got me a little excited right now. I was just curious, how did it go?
Oh, it was amazing. It was a cultural
That's awesome.
event. I went on the stage in front of 1,000 people, and I have
Whoa.
developed a knack where I can come up with the on the spot topics and on the spot stand up topics which bursted people to laugh at the first
He's
time
off
when
the
I
top
went
of
on
the
the
dome like
stage.
Gary.
So this is the gut feeling for me, entrepreneurship and stand up comedy.
Dixon, I want you to email me at Gary@VaynerMedia, and when you perform in New York, I'm coming.
Sure.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
I'm coming. Where are you now?
I'm in Arizona, Tempe, Phoenix. I'm a grad student at ASU.
Okay, fantastic, man. Gary@VaynerMedia. Send me an email, okay?
Yeah, sure. You can stay at my apartment, man, please.
Okay, I'm going to come to your apartment. I'm going to stay there. Tyler Bookin. All right, Dixon, thank you. That was amazing. Dixon, when you come to New York and
That
you
is
stand up, I'll be
crazy.
there. Cool, no
You
problem. You can
basically-
stay in my apartment. He's funny.
Yeah.
Dixon is funny.
Dude, you do a lot of you basically do Make-A-Wish stuff for your fans.
I like that stuff a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, only
That's
because,
cool, man.
honestly,
That's
because,
really cool.
you know why? I wrote a piece called the Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson winked at me once, I think.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
basically winked at the general vicinity of where I was sitting. And that was 1985.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, if Al Toon
Yeah.
ever took a selfie with me,
Yeah.
I'd still be looking at it right now.
It's like LeBron when he does the thing with how the.
LeBron's so fucking...
with kids?
LeBron's the reverse
Doing it.
Jordan.
What do you mean?
Jordan's the worst human.
Okay.
LeBron's a great human.
Okay.
Cool. Let's keep going. I look for any angle to destroy Jordan. It's really amazing. What's Anik? All right.
Damn, we're popping.
Hello.
with Browns.
Anik, this is Gary Vaynerchuk, and you're on with Hasan Minhaj.
What's up, Gary? What's up, Hasan?
What's up, Anik?
What's up, y'all? This is Anik, like y'all friend Anik.
Oh, what's
Surprised
up?
y'all for a second.
I love it, man.
That's
You're
so
good,
cool.
Anik. Dude, first of all, Anik, when are we having dinner in Queens? Earlier in this podcast, Tyler was commended for his amazingness. Please shit on Tyler right now for all of us.
Yeah, listen, you both need to come to Queens to eat with your hand, and then we're gonna have to show Tyler how to actually do that.
I owe him.
You owe him too?
Yeah, I'm supposed to eat with him.
I swear on my life, I've got 6 days in New York before the end of the year, right? Anik, can we go late? Can we like start eating at like 11 p.m.?
Not at the best spot. The best spot we would have to eat like around 8. But I got some other spots if you still want to do that. I just wanted y'all to have some really good Bengali food though.
I want to have the best.
Yeah, I don't think
Gary's such a millennial right now. He's like, I want the best one on Yelp.
I do. Is it a 3.5 star?
You're not gonna find these. Listen, you're not gonna find these places on Yelp. I'll tell you that much.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Anik, how's the music going, man?
It's going great, man. It's going.
Are you
really
doing a song a day, Anik? You got to do a song a day, otherwise it doesn't count.
Man, I'm doing a joke a day. What y'all talking about?
Anik, what's going on with the music, man? Like while you're on, I want to make sure. By the way, Anik, did you see how many fucking people followed you after I gave you love on Insta?
You brought that check up, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dude, by the way, your stuff is so fire. Like, obviously, I've been listening a lot. I've been flying a lot lately, and just really, like, the Kites program is, like, you know, Cleopatra, I listened to 39 times in a row on one flight. 39 times in a row. 30? How many times did you listen to it in a row?
I listened to it, like, once.
By accident.
Like once, twice?
By accident?
No, but I privately messaged him. Anik, did I not? I was like, hey, how'd you get the sample on this Bollywood sample? Like, I actually listened and was like, yeah. But yeah, I didn't go 39. Gary, but that's crazy. Gary's actually a very good dude. This is actually
I'm a very nice person.
Gary is holding it down.
Listen, Tyler, before the end of the year, I need to go eat this food. We need to document it. I'm going to steal all of Toronto Tartar's followings. I'm going to take a picture of the food, go cliche Insta that Anik, I'm going to make you a promise. I've never taken a food fucking photo on Insta. When we go to your spot, I'm going to do one for fucking real. The lighting is going to be on point. It's going to look savory as shit. And I'm going to write some copy that's going to make people's fucking head explode.
You're going to go portrait mode on the
I'm going Queens hard. Listen, Queens is the first place I came to.
Wow.
Yeah, New York.
Right.
Yep. Anik, what's going on with the music? Are you fucking hustling, or are you kind of like bullshitting and calling in random fucking podcast calling in shows?
No, man, I'm doing what I can. Hasan know what I'm talking about. We just already talked about something recently.
Yeah,
but
I called
because I wanted to ask y'all something, because this shit ain't about me. I called about y'all because I'm very inspired by the both.
Man, that's cool.
Man, I'm serious. Listen, so like, for example, like my question though, for real, is, you know, music and comedy have went hand in hand, right? And like Chappelle has been very successful at that integration and stuff like that.
Yes.
So like, how do you guys feel about like the intersection between comedy and music? And like, do you think we should start seeing more tours and shows like from both sides of the coin? I know the guy before was talking, you know, like doing stadiums in, you know, as a comedian is like, it's like, you know, it's like very few and far between. But I don't know. I feel like if you were taking music and comedy and doing that.
Can I nerd out on this one?
Both those
yes,
audiences.
but I have to say one quick thing.
Okay, so go Gary.
Nick, if you do a tour with Dixit, I will go to every show in every city. Go ahead.
Okay.
Put this shit on the line.
All right. So this is just my take on it. I think that musicians and comedians are very like simpatico in terms of the way we think, the way we work, the way we operate, and the way we write and produce stuff. That being said, music shows and comedy shows have to be set up very differently. Like
mindset of the end consumer.
It's just the mindset of the audience. Like I've been asked to perform, to open up before a hip hop show, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
So smart.
Because you'll come out there and people are like, bring Nas out. I don't want to see you talk about politics. And so like, to me, the only person who's executed that flawlessly, and this is just a testament to how great he is as a comedian, is Chappelle. Chappelle is such a savant at having a comedy audience go to music, not the other way around. So a comedy audience is already low key and they're in a good sort of mellow vibe, to then go, all right, Chance the Rapper's coming out. All right, Lauryn Hill's coming out. Okay, Lil Wayne's coming out. You can ramp up. You cannot take a hip hop show and ramp it down to my musings on political America. That's just what it is. But I think
the two of you are clearly going on tour, right? You two are going on tour. That's real, right?
Oh, me and Anik?
Yeah.
No, we got to collab on something. I just think that like the way we vibe creatively is a thing where the two can. I actually think a place where comedians and musicians can
Do you think Anik
coexist is film.
Do you think Anik is going to get real big?
I think he has the potential to be as big as he wants to be.
I love that answer. Anik, do you think you're going to get really big?
I think I have the potential to be as big as I want to be.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think it's
What
just.
the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Did you just fucking Jedi?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that was good.
Yeah.
I need to learn that one.
No,
That
yeah.
was good. I'm into that shit.
Like, dude, he gets it, man. Like, yo, we're super pragmatic as Daisies. It's you got to just maximize your talent.
I love it,
How
man.
much do you have in your ACL? You know what I mean? Like, how high can you
100%.
jump?
Yep.
Just push
Yeah,
it to what it
and I
needs to
think-
be. That's
I
it.
think one thing Hasan says a lot that I really, really agree with is the fact that as foreigners, as immigrants, like we just gotta be 5 times better than everything.
Yeah.
We just have to that shit has to be like insanely awesome just to be compared as a good or where the fuck
yeah,
things be. And that's just
look,
the
I
situation.
think, honestly, I'm going to jump in here on this one. I think that's right-ish. I think it's the right
Right-ish.
mindset to have.
Yes.
I think it's
Yeah.
the right mindset to have, but I think the market is the market is the market. So
Yeah.
what I love about what both of you do is there are gatekeepers in 1982. Right? They're like, oh, fuck these brown guys. I'm not even going to put them on.
Right.
You went to fucking YouTube. Right?
Right.
The reason I want him to fucking put out music is Spotify doesn't give a fuck if you're white and fat from Oklahoma or, some guy from
Right.
like it's an amazing time to be alive.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
That's just real.
Big facts.
Oh, you know what we need to do? If you're around at 11, you need to come to a comedy show, and then Anik come out, and then we'll. The fact that you're going to studios in the middle of the night, comedy is operating at that same time. You should come to a comedy show. Chop
Only
it
if
up,
Anik
hang
comes
out.
with me and Dixit.
Listen,
four
we're
walls
doing.
rolling.
That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be-
Can we do the comedy, the Bengali food, all of that at the same time with all of us?
Yeah,
'Cause
we
I
need
feel
to
like
really
the
that's gonna be
university
hard.
is
That's
on
gonna be
purpose.
hard to
We're gonna do
coordinate.
it.
That's gonna be hard
Tyler,
to
stop
coordinate.
being a dick face and get Anik some time. You've really just
Bavin, he's
Tuesday,
getting it
December
now.
12th, Anik. I'll hit you up.
All
Love
right,
you.
bring
See ya.
Hasan. Bring my twin cousin. I'll see y'all later.
All right, see ya. I love, dude. I think that kid is so talented. I'm dying for him. Like, what's fun about music, and maybe it's maybe the same thing. I think actually it's like the keynote. It's like a set.
Yeah.
What's amazing about doing some sort of art or to people is the high of this could be the night everything changes.
Yeah.
I love that literally tonight he could go into studio, produce and make a song, put it on SoundCloud, and it might be the moment. I'm
Totally.
fascinated by that.
Yeah.
There was one of your videos that you put up on YouTube that was better than the other. It happened to me. It was the episode where I went to the supermarket and tasted a bunch of food. Oh, actually, how the fuck did I not tell you this? Talk about a real humble brag. So I'm doing fucking Wine Library TV in 2017.
Right.
Excuse me, 2007.
Okay.
I do an episode where I taste a bunch of weird food with wine, like Twizzlers and dirt and all this stuff. Conan O'Brien's people see it and invite me to be on Conan.
Right.
Now this is YouTube 2007.
Yeah.
So like the internet had not crossed, like Tila Tequila and Dane Cook in your world, right?
Right,
A
right.
couple people from MySpace had done us something, right?
Right.
Perez Hilton. There's like 3 people on from the internet
Right.
to mainstream. So I get on Conan. It's like this thing.
Yeah, I saw this. I saw it. You did good.
Right.
You did really good. You had the Jets spit bucket.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was crazy about that is, you probably know this. Some people don't. I've done a lot of TV stuff, and people like to rehearse. Ellen rehearsed. Today's show, they all rehearse. He didn't. Like,
So you took advantage of that because it placed your strengths.
dude, I knew nothing. They're just like I didn't even know people rehearsed. I'd never done television in my
Yeah.
entire life.
Right.
I'm in the green room taking pictures with my mom. We made it.
Right, right. I'm
whole
on
thing.
Conan.
Yeah, I'm on
Yeah,
Conan.
yeah.
And it was like brain twist. Like the whole
Yeah.
internet, like fucking dig first page, like
Right,
all
right.
the weird things. Like everybody was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
this vlog, right?
Yeah.
I go out
and
there.
then he wrote everybody back from high school. I didn't get lucky.
That's
I
right.
worked every single fucking day of my life.
Dude, I honestly
get
think
it.
we have a real concept here of you doing impressions of me. I think
But-
we can go viral as fuck. I'm about
I
to
love
watch
it.
your special
I love it.
39 times in a row, and I'm going to start doing impressions of you.
I would be
That's
truly
what I'm doing.
honored if you
No,
watched my
that's
special.
100%
I know you
gonna
don't
happen.
watch it, but
I don't watch anything, but
if you
I'm
watch
definitely
my special,
1,000.
that'd mean a lot.
Who's watched the special here? Don't fucking lie. Love it. Everybody's about to. Isn't this the best? See, there's still more to go. You were right. I was wrong. I do the skit with him.
Okay.
It's over.
Okay.
He looks at me and he goes, "Where do you do comedy?" He
Oh,
thought
wow.
the wine thing was a skit.
Like a character.
Yep.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, because your energy was very high and you were doing a thing. You
I
had
was
the wristband and
That dude, Dixit, was talking about 185.
Yeah.
I think my heart was doing 490.
Why did
So
you-
I was so fired up. The wristbands.
yeah. Why'd you do a lot of wristbands then?
Because I used to play basketball a lot with wristbands. like at that
But
time.
you would be in Oxford with wristbands.
Yeah.
That's how I knew you were really crazy. Like you were like, oh, this is a good look. Straight up, button up, Dockers, wristband. All right.
Straight up, shaved head.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
Ben, but
Insane.
like, all right, what
An
do we got?
insane person.
What else are you consuming content wise? Go ahead. Like whether it's on Netflix, Hulu, Instagram, like what content are you consuming?
I just watch stuff to take a quick break after I'm done working on stuff. I don't watch stuff.
I understand.
Movies and that's a waste
like-
of time.
it's almost like
what does that have
ambient.
to do with me? Oh, you see Game of Thrones? What does that have to do with me? I gotta
I get
write
it.
my jokes.
I get it. But do
You
think
know what I mean?
With the ambience, do you think you pick up on nuances of
Yeah,
culture?
I walk past people's cubes and I see the white headphones and I see what they're watching. Oh, you're
Dude,
watching?
I
Cool.
love that
Okay,
shit
got it.
too.
Yeah.
Who's this? Hassan?
Oh, another one?
Hasan Minhaj?
It's me from the future.
Hey, you've reached Hasan Jamil. I'm unable to attend the phone right now, but if you can please leave your name and your number,
Go ahead,
I'll
go.
get back
Do
to you
your
as soon
thing.
as I can.
I'm not
Thank
even
you.
able to- okay.
Bye-bye.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hassan, it's Gary V. You really fucked up and hurt Hassan's feelings. See ya. All right, let's go to another
Oh
one.
my God. Oh my God.
Now, here's the question.
Dude.
Oh, in the comment
Yo,
section,
man,
how many
you
people
are
think he's going to
crazy.
save that or delete it? Please leave a comment. Save or delete. Save or delete. Thoughts?
You're just an insane person, but I love it. I love it. You have the right amount of, you know what I
Insane.
mean, drive. Insanity and whatever reality walk on this.
What about genius? I was hoping you were going to go genius.
Insanity, sorry,
Reality. Thank you,
genius.
thank you,
Yeah,
thank you. I was
insanity,
trying to help
genius.
you.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It's on a tightrope.
What about movies and things like that nature? How do you think about those
So
things?
what I'll do is I'll wait for I'll be on hiatus, just the way you take November's off and you're with
Yes.
family. So I'll be like, all right, I'll watch Get
August.
Out. Everybody's talking about Get Out. I'll go watch Get Out. Everybody's talking about Stranger Things. All right,
No, I'm sorry. I
I'm finally
apologize.
done, so
I
I'll
apologize.
take time to watch.
You doing movies.
I've done movies.
But like, how do you think about it going forward?
I'll tell you in a second.
Who's this? Sadell. Sadell?
Yeah, this is Fidel.
Sadell? This is Gary Vaynerchuk. You're on the AskGaryVee show.
Holy shit.
It's real.
Amazing.
Do you have a question for Hassan or me?
The question's for you.
Okay.
So
Can you say
I-
hi to
I-
Hassan?
Yeah. Hey, Hassan, we've actually met like a few years ago.
That's what's up.
No, hold on. I need the story. How did it go? Was Hassan mean in person?
No, he's super cool. I went to the
knew
Daily
it.
Show, and I met him later on after the show.
Did you guys take a picture or was it a quick thing because he was running to something or how'd it go down?
Yeah, no, he had another show that night, so he was headed out. Well,
And
we got
did you
to- yeah.
think about maybe because you liked him so much to maybe go to that show and support him, or were you selfish and just went home and did nothing?
No, I had to fly back. I'm actually not from New York. So I
Respect.
had to fly back home, but I was absolutely going to be there if I
Good
was still
story.
in town.
Good story. Okay, question.
Cool. Yeah. So for me, Gary, I love all your shit, but I'm not, trying to be an entrepreneur. I just want to have that hustler's mentality.
Okay.
So when you talk about trying to be the number 16 at Facebook
Yes.
or number 2 at this company, how do you go about doing that, and how do you reverse engineer that goal?
So are you talking about catching the tiger by the tail? Like finding a Zucks or a Saka or Mark Benioff, or is that where you're going?
Yeah. For me, my big goal is to be like one of the top digital minds at a top company.
Understood. So a couple hacks. Number one, I'm a big fan of somebody that's done it before, right? So there's a lot of, when Elon's like, I'm going to do Tesla, that was probably a good idea to figure out what, if anything, you could have brought in value to that person and that company, because Elon, through PayPal and other things, showed you that he had oh, look who's here. Hey,
The
D-Rock.
man, the myth, the legend, D-Rock.
So I think that
Love it. I love it.
Eat that, Babin. And I think that I would be high, and I mean really high, on looking at somebody who's doing another rodeo after a successful one. I'm a big fan. Number two, do you have the same beliefs that I have around voice? If you do, finding founders that are building on top of Alexa or Google Home because you believe so much in the thesis.
I don't know that.
Alexa, stop. So much of the thesis of that. So I think that's important. So I think there's a couple ways. Number one, somebody who's done it before, doing something new. You think they're a ninja, even though they built a great food company, even though they're starting a t-shirt company. They've been there, they've done that, and people are betting against them. and you jump on that. Number 2, you believe in a trend so much, cryptocurrency, voice, something else that you jump on that. Number 3, just intuition that you were mesmerized by an individual. And even though they're talking about selling, cricket protein snacks in 2022, you just believe.
Mm-hmm. And once I find that, you're talking about trying to get in touch with them and working behind them, or just following them?
No, following them for what? No, I think you need to follow them and figure them out and know how they tick and what they need, and then figure out if you can provide that, and then pound them with the narrative that you can provide that. Like DM Karen and be like, hey, I'm a digital marketer. Your protein shake made out of crickets is phenomenal. I will blow up your Snapchat, and I'm great with Pinterest influencers, and I'm great on YouTube, right?
I like that.
Yeah.
So know your skill. And by the way, your skill might just be that you're a hustler and you have great work ethic. Like a lot of the people in this room right now, I picked on hustle and work ethic, or they hacked it and created a viral video on Reddit that got my attention. Then we interviewed, and there's been other people that have gotten my attention through hacking and put out content. Like he put out content.
His video is great.
Right. So that worked, but I've had other people I've met after they've hacked and the interview didn't go well. Like there's a million different versions. I think tenacity and really trying to understand what that person needs at that moment. The amount of people that have gone on to build empires after being in the mailroom or bringing coffee for 3 years is remarkably high. They had the humility to be studio mattress food because they knew what they were up to.
Got it.
So I love where you're going with this. You're already ahead of the game, that you've sniffed out self-awareness that I'm not a 1. I'm so happy that you've taken a hold of my thesis of being number 416. These are real things. There are so many people that have done so much happiness for them and their families on being right about this thesis. Now you've got to do 2 things. 1, be right, which is hard, but I gave you 3 ways to look at it. Number 2, have tenacity to get in.
Yep.
And that doesn't mean spamming the person. The amount of people that are in my inbox, Tyler, you know this, email number 97, that's not going to work. If the first 96 didn't work, we're deleting you. How do you bring value? You're not going to sheer will your way in just I'm going to spam you to that.
Right.
Yeah. So with that balance, I guess, is your goal to kind of take the time to figure them out, do the kind of grunt work, and then hit them a few times, or should I try to kind of push myself against these people over time?
Every person's different. There's a lot of people that are completely turned, like AJ, my brother, who's a winner, is turned off by the things that I'm turned on with. Like I like tenacity. So you have to know the person. You have to know them. Now, that's why I get pounded so much, because I say that I like it, but the truth is, only one is going to get through the 10,000, 15,000. So you have to be thoughtful. Another thing I would recommend, for example, let's say you wanted to hack Hasan and just wanted to work for free because you wanted to be a comedian and you love his jam, right? When he has the next special coming out, in that month or 2 leading up to it, he's on because he wants it to be successful. Right. That's exactly when he may need something. I have a book coming out January 30th, right? Pre-order it now.
Yep.
I am going to want it to be successful. This is an awfully good time to hack me.
Or if you can impress the people around him.
Very good point.
These guys are
the
your
filter,
eyes and ears.
100%.
He doesn't watch Stranger Things, but if they do, they're like, have you heard of Stranger Things? He's like, I got it.
I know those weird kids.
No, but
I'm kidding.
They're your chief of staff, right? So if you can get to their chief of staff to
I think that's right.
Hey, here's the pitch.
But not D-Rock. His filter's terrible. He's been wrong pretty consistently. But everybody else.
Yeah, I already followed Tyler and Babin and D-Rock. So
there you go.
Unfollow D-Rock and you're on your way.
All right. You know what? Dark Horse is Babin. You can go to Babin now. Now you can go to Babin.
So we need to be friends.
Let's do it.
I really like it.
I'm ready and available.
You really think you're going to be big time, don't you? Tell the truth.
No.
Tell me the truth.
It all depends on how hard I work.
But you do intuitively feel it.
What do you like?
Like, does it
This
feel...
is, no, 30 seconds. That's just a bad, I don't like the question.
Okay, good. I'm going to ask it again.
Okay.
Do you intuitively feel that you're... I mean it. Do you... I mean this.
I believe in myself, but I know there's variables outside of my control.
100%.
Yeah. So that's it.
But do you believe if the variables that are outside your control do not happen, the death of your wife, cancer, like real shit.
Right.
Do you believe then it is of course?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you believe then it is a foregone conclusion?
Yes, because it's a game on my mind.
Cool.
So if I stay with it, as long as, Dick Gregory and the
that was
greats.
the question.
Yeah.
I really, I'm fat. What do you think that is? I'm serious right now. I want to have this conversation with you.
But the thing I don't like about that question.
Go ahead.
No, here's what I don't.
I'm excited.
I fundamentally don't like about that question is all of these things are predicated on when I get the Netflix special, when I do this. No. You get to do comedy. The set I get to do tonight at 7:20 p.m. is the win. Dude, I'm not an engineer. I'm not a doc. I won. Period.
I get
so
it.
So it being predicated on, so you're going to be really huge. You're going to be bigger than X.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
To me, it's just been about the work.
You're in house money full time.
Full time. As long as Bina and my family were good, then we're good.
I totally get it, man.
So yeah. So like to me, putting it on those things, I want to maximize my ability.
I understand.
So the challenges are, can I turn around my next hour instead of within 3 years? Can I do it within a year and a half and have it be as good as
get it.
That stuff.
I don't want to own the Jets. I want to try to.
Yeah, there you go.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it so much.
Yeah.
But I would lie if I didn't say it feels weird to know how this is going to play out outside of a real tragedy. I'm fascinated by that. I'm not unaware. Like, I'd be full of shit if I didn't say, holy fuck, dude, I'm literally going to be much bigger than Oprah. Like I just know that truth.
Right.
But I also know tomorrow I could get hit by a bus.
Hello?
Right? Or D-Rock could lose his beanie right now and it could make me very upset and I never recover. Yes, hello, who's this? Shobi?
Oh, wow. Yes, this is Shobi. Wow.
Shobi.
Hey, how you guys doing?
I like the fact that you have a LeBron James cover photo on your Facebook, but is it intriguing to you as much to me that it's the Miami Heat LeBron James? Are you from Miami or is that a special moment?
No.
Or have you not changed your Facebook cover in 7 years? Tell the truth.
That's my role model. As soon as he went to Miami, I've been there and I haven't changed it. That's my favorite athlete of all time, so he's an inspiration. So
where do you
I
live?
just leave it on there. I live in Houston, Texas.
You need to be a Rockets fan, bro. Fuck that.
I am. I'm a Rockets fan. I love the Rockets, but LeBron, that's my favorite player.
Who's your favorite player?
I still need time to believe in James Harden.
Okay.
Yeah. But wait a minute. But real quick, Houston versus the Cavs in the finals. Who are you rooting for?
Please
Don't
tell me
fucking
Houston.
lie.
Please tell me Houston.
No. Lying is the devil. Houston versus the Cavs in the final this year. Who are you rooting for? Tell the truth.
I love the Rockets, but I have to go with LeBron.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hang up on him.
By the way,
we're going to call him
By the way.
We're going to call him back.
By the
We
way,
need to settle in for a second because I'm upset.
You need to host the presidential debates.
I do?
What you just did there, Lester Holt, none of those guys did. The holding the feet to the fire of, listen, man, you're from Houston. You got to, you know what I mean?
You know what's crazy about this?
You have to host the presidential
debates. I think
debates.
you're right. I do. I think I would crush it.
That level of conviction of you're beating
100%.
around the bush. Hang up. Next candidate. I'm
100%.
talking to you.
Should we call him back?
Or we could call Hasan back.
Fuck Hasan. He went to voicemail. At least he answered truthfully. Okay. Let's go back to him. I want Hasan to forever listen to that voicemail. I'm actually curious we may have to call Hasan real quick because I'm just curious why he didn't pick up. But let's go back to, who was that again?
Shobi.
Yeah, we got to go back to him. You're disappointed. I knew it was LeBron. I knew it was the Cavs. Totally. That's why I had to go there. I knew
I
it.
have a big problem.
You know what I like
with
about
this.
you? You were optimistic. You were so. You know what? I love you for wanting it to be the Rockets.
Yeah.
I knew it was the fucking Cavs.
I know.
You knew it too.
Yes.
You were trying to.
Come
Okay,
on,
Shobi,
get
we
this
feel
right.
better now. We decided to not
Listen,
hang up on
Shobi,
you.
you got to pick and stick. You can't be like, I know a lot of guys the bandwagon Dubs fans. You got to not do that.
Shobi, do you feel that you use LeBron James to instill some self-esteem? This is my big thesis. I believe a lot of kids in America
the Patriots take is
are
savagery.
Patriots
The
and,
GaryVee Patriots
and,
take
and
is
Golden State
savagery.
Warrior fans
Oh my God.
because they need to feel that winning mentality. Do you feel when you were young, as all of us, with the insecurities, you gravitated towards the easy win of the Miami Heat?
Well, not 100% because when we lost against Dallas, I still have LeBron's back.
It's not dude. You live in Houston, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's not we. You gotta
man.
rock
It's
with
okay,
Houston.
but everyone hated on LeBron, and I did not care. He's still the best player.
Half the country
then
did not
and
hate
now.
on LeBron.
What? Wait, no.
Nobody even had a feeling
The
of the
bigger question
Rockets.
is the bigger question. What year were you born?
89.
Dude, you got Clutch City. 93. You got back to back-to-back
No, he
champions.
was a kid. You're wrong.
No,
you wanted to just say that
come
punchline. He was fucking
on.
4. He doesn't remember. He
4
doesn't,
and 5?
He doesn't know Hakeem Olajuwon shit on him
By
right
the
now.
time Pippen and Barkley came over, this
Oh,
is
that-
bullshit. By the time you're 7 years old, you can watch Gary. Come on,
I
man.
was
you
in
know
Houston.
that. Second or third grade,
Wait,
all
listen,
NBA
he's about to,
fans
wait a minute, it's about to
start.
get worse. You were a Houston fan when Pippen and Barkley were there until you realized how much of a loser Pippen is, right?
No, I was in Seattle. I was rolling with Sean Kemp at that time. I was in Seattle at that time.
How
I
are you
was
not a
in-
Thunder fan? You needed to go
What's
with that
going on?
move.
I can't. I don't know what's happening.
I can't.
I don't know what's happening.
Hey, people. Hey,
Can we just
everyone
do
that
a
was
question?
not in
Hold on,
Chicago.
I don't want to
No,
figure this
Hasan,
out.
I want to figure this out more than
This
anything.
is
Go ahead.
Sports 23andMe. Like, oh, let's
People-
figure. Where is
people-
your
People
ancestry.com?
voted
Gary,
for
no.
people like Jordan.
ROI
people like
negative,
Jordan.
Gary.
You have
It's
to
an
be from
ROI
Chicago.
negative.
No,
D-Rock,
no,
record this is a waste
no,
of
he's
time.
right.
Record
No,
this is a waste
listen,
of
are you listening to this? He said people, what you're saying, how do you pronounce your name? Because I want to get it right.
So my nickname is Shobi. So
Shobi,
Shobi's fine.
thank you. Shobi, what you were saying to Hasan is people rooted for Jordan and the Bulls, but they weren't from Chicago, correct?
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
Shobi, here, just real quick, and Hasan says he knows everything, which, by the way, I'm so fucking flattered. I just want to say it on the record. I am so flattered by how much you know about my stuff. Thank you. I mean it.
Okay, you're
seriously.
welcome.
Seriously,
You're welcome.
seriously.
Much love,
It
man.
means a lot.
Much love.
Shobi,
Okay.
the only people that
Yeah.
rooted for Jordan outside of Chicago are fucking losers.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man.
No, I'll help you. Fucking losers. Let me tell you why, Shobi, and you'll love this because you're a winner and we're going to make you a Rockets fan tonight. Listen to me. Here's why. If you need to root for a team outside of your own city because their winning subsidizes your lack of winning, you by definition are a loser.
I can't.
lot of
I
broken
mean,
hearts.
I respect what you're saying.
You
but
see where I'm going?
Did you,
I could be totally wrong, but I know
Did you
I'm
see
right.
James Harden's performance against San Antonio? He's a regular season offensive beast, but when it comes to the playoffs, he disappears. I don't believe
I
in
love
James
Harden.
Harden
Harden's
100%.
nice. I love
yet.
Harden.
Bro, most of my relatives and best friends are massively flawed, but they're fucking mine.
Oh shit, that's some immigrant shit right there. That's some immigrant.
Do you
shit
understand?
Right
Right.
The end.
there. No, they don't get it, Gary. Come on, man.
I know, listen.
My thing is pick and stick.
But he didn't
ranted
pick and
for-
stick. He was a Seattle
I know,
fan.
I know, and that's the flaw. So
No, I was
can we do
never
the
a Seattle
Can we do the
fan.
question?
Oh,
Can we do
wait,
the-
hold on. This is getting better. This is fun
It's not getting
NBA
better.
chatter. I've never liked it more. Wait, you were never a Seattle fan. You were born in Seattle. You mentioned Sean Kemp. I wish you mentioned Gary Payne, one of the few athletes that shares my name. But what did you do when you were first a kid?
I mean, my brother, growing up, he was a huge NBA fan, and he was riding with Jordan. So
Well, let's stop with that for a minute. Your entire thesis of opening this show is right. He has none of his own ideas. His brother set the tone. So I'm glad we established that from earlier in this show. Keep
Callback.
going. So your brother
comedy callback.
clearly shares your DNA because he lived in fucking Seattle, but he rooted for Jordan, correct?
But I'm not saying Jordan is the best player. I think
No, we're not
LeBron's the
talking about
best player.
Jordan, LeBron
I'm
right
that
now.
guy that plays. I'm that guy that gives Jordan LeBron as my favorite. I pick him not that he's better than Jordan, but personally, LeBron's my favorite athlete. I pick him over Jordan as a personal favorite, just because I like the guy. He carries his team. He's
Are you a
always number
Cavs
one.
fan?
I'm a LeBron fan.
You're a LeBron fan and a Rockets fan, though if they played in the finals, you pick the Cavs over the Rockets, right?
I have to keep LeBron's legacy going.
Respect.
I just have to do that.
Shobi, what's your question?
All right, to the question. So, based off of the conversation we have already, I'm just going to try to be as straightforward as possible. So, you're probably going to say the same thing because it's I'm kind of all over the place, but pretty much I love making films. That's been my passion since I was very young.
Okay.
And I kind of carried that on. I was acting a lot in it before, and now I'm actually producing short films, sketches, stuff of different sort. I'm doing Pakistani Indian content, and I'm also doing American content, so I can kind of get both of the crowd. And I know a lot of actors here, so a lot of resources come easy to me in order to cast them and use them. So I've been in Houston for a really long time. I've been really social, so I built that type of network. Now, with all the content that I'm creating, it comes with a cost. And whenever I'm doing any type of production, I'm the one that's forking out the money. I'm trying to keep it as cost effective as possible, but I just can't control that sometimes. But I try my best. So with that being said, that's my main passion. I love doing that. But now when it comes to I'm 28, right? So and I'm glad Hasan Minhaj is there too because you can kind of relate. I have Pakistani parents. they're on my case about getting married, like every single day. My entire family is, right? So they're pushing me. They're obviously not with my filmmaking stuff, which is all good, and I understand. And I'm a marketing advertisement major, right? So I just started a marketing company. I'm working on gearing it up. So I have 2 videographers, a photographer. I have a social media person. So that business is going slow because I'm the only sales guy. So so with my films, I direct, I write them, I act in them, I produce, I do everything, a cast, and then on my business side is I'm the one that's doing all the sales call, following up, doing the admin work. So I'm wearing all the hats. There's nobody else. There's only me doing all that work. So I do stuff for businesses to make a little bit of money, and then I do my passionate stuff. Now with my business stuff, it's not sparking up like as fast as I wanted to, just because you know how the sales game goes. So, and I can be the first to admit, I never had the best work ethic growing up. And that's why I love Gary. God, I love him. Like, you're just, like, you're my top guy. So, like, you're telling me, you're being straight up on all your posts about don't care what people think, grind, come back and grind. And I'm trying to do that, but honestly, I get burned out. And I'm just like, dude, I want to do my films. I have all these crazy ideas when I'm driving, when I'm listening to music, but then I got to make money somehow. And then, so I just picked up a part-time sales job. So now that's another addition that what I'm doing. So it's just like, I'm spreading myself a little too thin, but dude, ideas, everything I put out, everyone likes. I'm getting a lot of recognition in Houston. So when people see me randomly come up to me, it's like, hey, you're the guy in the video. Can I get a picture? Like, they're all telling me, like, I love your stuff. So I know it's going well, and I believe in my stuff, but it's just too much that I'm doing. And I mean, I'm still learning about business. I never owned a business. I never knew anything about a business. So I'm like a student to that. But the quality of stuff I'm doing for the business is appreciated. So I know I'm doing good there too. So I'm just kind of like, God, like, what do I do? And I'm getting older. I'm like, man, I need to grasp something, but I don't know.
Let me get this straight. So you're just living life, right? Like, you're living, like, first of all, the fact that you took 0 breaths in that rant, destroyed. Here we are, like, he's unbelievably funny. I'm like weirdly like, oh shit, I want to be funny too now because I'm hanging with him. You just destroyed it.
What
with
was
that.
the question?
Oh, the question was, the question's easy. I understand the question.
There was no final statement.
No. The question is the question No, Shob, don't worry. I heard the question because I get that question every day. I'm a Dixie kid and I need to get married. My parents are pushing me to get married. No. It's no. Ready? No. Hold on, Shob. You got to talk for 9.5 hours. Hold on one second. His question was quite simple, actually. I have my voice, and then there's all the outside voices. How do I balance, right?
Yes.
And you know this, and we've all been through it in one version. Couple things. The reality is this. There was a couple themes in there that excited me. I have a very big thesis that if you are a Jordan and LeBron fan, you also highly are likely to be lazy, which you admitted in there, which excites the shit out of me. And I think it's an interesting insight, Shob, and I'm being serious with you. I think what's super interesting about what you were talking about is you don't love the process. I'm about to fuck with everybody's heads really quick here. The reason I love people who stick with their town's teams is the journey to finally get good is so much more intoxicating than being good. I'm not joking. This may sound funny. I'm really trying to help you, Shob, because I want you to win. I think you need to fall in love with the process of the grind versus the anxiousness of getting there. Like, the celebrating is not the fun part. The process of getting there is. And so when I look at your narrative that you just went through, you're trying to, you want the good stuff that comes along with it. You like the selfie that you take in Houston once in a while because they saw the video and you're a local celebrity, right? But the reality is you've got to fall in love with the shit. The people who never get lazy sometimes are obsessed with the process of what they're up to. I have never, ever gotten lazy sometimes because I've been addicted to everything I've done post-school. I got lazy all the time in school because I hated it. I think you need to look into the insight. I think you need to deploy triple humility. Like, are you trying, why are you not going all in on film? Is it because, do you live at home?
No, I have an apartment, which wasn't the best decision. Like, I mean, I do have an apartment. I moved out my parents' house. I'm moving back home, but moving out was great. I mean,
it was great
taught
in
me
the
a lot
short
about
term,
life.
Dick. You spent money that meant nothing, and you could have used that money to not do side jobs and keep crushing your craft.
Right.
Like, it was super great to have that party when everybody came over. It was pumped to have a spot to have your girl over in, but it wasn't great in the macro that's driving your life. You're young as shit. You feel old at 28. I'd rip my fucking leg off to be 28.
You didn't think you were going to call in and get an Indian dad, did you? Gary, straight up Indian dad.
No, I'm not Indian dad. You know why? Don't marry anybody. Don't listen to a word I'm saying. I don't give a fuck. Do you, but be patient and do it properly.
But that table slam was very Indian dad. You're moving home. That was Indian dad as fuck.
I was excited because are you actually moving home or were you ranting with me?
No, for sure. I already put in my 2 month notice.
This is brown
are you about to be
brown to brown.
Yes, but are you going to be the Indian mom right now?
No,
I'm curious.
no.
I'm just curious.
I'm just
trying to see what we're doing here. I want to be on the same page.
I'm going to add value to a lot of South Asian people that are watching this, okay? So you get 2 major decisions. You know this. As children of immigrants, we get 2 major decisions. Who we love and what we choose to do. I'll say that again. Who we love, i.e. who you marry. That's a big deal in our community. And what you do. So those are your big 2
how is that
decisions.
different than white Sally? I'm asking.
Because at 18, the majority of my American friends,
yes,
you're free to do whatever. You're literally forced to move out of the house.
I understand.
So those 2 choices are yours.
I understand.
Okay?
I understand.
We are property of our fathers. I am property of Najmi Minhaj. You know what I mean? It was a big fight to be like, this is who I'm marrying and this is what I'm choosing to do. It was a fight because immigrant parents are like, no, I own you. The fuck you talking about? You're choosing. I own you, so you do what I want.
I totally understand.
So this is my thing. Your 2 big battles are those 2 battles. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about all that stuff. You have to do those 2 things on your own terms, and you got to air mattress it if you really love it. Otherwise, you're a fair weather film fan. That's the way it's gonna. Or actually, by the way, or it might be like that wasn't your destiny. It wasn't really what you wanted to do anyways. But don't get into some risk that you don't want to do, and don't risk is like an engagement.
I got it.
And don't pursue engineering or whatever because they're forcing you to. Make all those decisions on your own terms. Neither are better or worse.
Well, you're 28 as well, so you've been in this post game for a little while now. Like you've stressed the fuck out of your parents quite a bit already, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, it might be a stupid decision, but like one of the reasons I wanted to move out, it wasn't a favorite of my parents or decision. Like, I just had to do it because I knew like the pressure inside the house was like, you have a marketing degree.
I respect that.
I have someone that's telling you can get a 40, 50K job. So like, it was just too much. Like, I mean, my parents are my parents. You know, my mom's a house mom. My dad is a salesman at a Honda. He's been there for like 15 years.
Yep.
So like, you know what I'm saying? That was just like, okay, you got a degree, now just go get me 40, 50K, working at a job which was available. But I just like, it was just that stuff every day. So when I knew I wanted to do a business to make money, if I could go help businesses in the degree I did, which I had fun doing, like I was just without them even talking, I already knew they were kind of like disappointed, like every single day. And I was just like, man, I just have to make the move out for a little bit to live in the city actually. And then
I respect that.
You know what
the best way to solve disappointment is?
What is that?
Success.
Right.
Like, I have a funny thing but here's the funny part. You're in the first quarter and you think the game's over.
Yeah, you have your whole life to make films.
Brother, you can literally win at 42 and then be like, told you. Do not let the pressure of the 28's a funny year to me. 27, 28, I'm reading a lot of content. This 28, 27, 29, and 30, 33, this kind of interesting age group where people make this funny switch when they turn 27 and think they're old when they're obnoxiously young.
Right.
And I'm fascinated
about this. You want to know where
stuff.
that comes from?
Sure.
So at 18, you leave. You have independence. From 18 to 30, really, right around 30, people are getting married and having kids.
Yeah.
So you're entering that window of your life of what am I doing?
Yeah, I get it.
No. So the seeds that I planted, have they manifested themselves?
I get it.
This is just my advice for artists. The thing with artists is you do this the rest of your life.
100%.
That's the crazy part. Like Dick Gregory was doing comedy until he died. In his 80s.
That's right.
That's the game. Same with filmmakers.
Same with entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
It's why I feel bad for athletes.
Right.
I used to think it was the best.
Right.
James Harden's going to be done at 36. forever.
That's
the
true.
thing he was meant to do.
I mean, that stuff. Like I even like the whole Oprah and KFC and like the whole story of how they made it later on, which is always inspiring. But like with Pakistani Indian parents, it's like
so the thing
your cousin's younger than your cousins are 23, 24, getting married,
Be like, fuck
and
you,
want to do this, and it's like. And it's like,
You live your fucking life.
It's hard for them to say.
Say I
shit.
do
I
turn
love the
35,
Instagram
40,
video. I love
and I
that.
still don't make
listen,
it.
It's hard.
listen.
It's just hard.
No, everything important is hard.
I get
Like
it.
I know, like you think it was fun for me. Like it was not fun for me every time my parents disagreed. I live the same life. Like it's the same game, just a different skin tone. Like I get it, but the reality is like fuck you, Dad. Like that's real. Now, I highly recommend you say, Dad, I love you with all my heart, and I know for fact everything coming out of your mouth is what you want for me, and it's how you see it.
Right.
But Pops, you did your shit. Let me do mine. Let's post-game this in 30 years, then we can judge. I just think it's silly to judge in the first quarter.
So the operative part of that last part of your sentence, I'll see you in 30 years. Dude, every family wedding, By the way,
I love that shit.
I'm on the other side of it.
I know you are.
Simba left Pride Rock.
Listen,
I'm
I know,
saying
but
for
I
a
get
lot
it.
of people,
No, I get it.
it's
I'm just trying to give
squeezing
him,
in on
and
their
more
neck.
importantly, not more importantly, everybody. Like, cool. Like, honestly, you either go to the wedding, and grandma and great aunt are shitting on you.
Yeah.
And you either hear that and say, I can't wait to stick it down your fucking throat in 2029, or you say, woe is me, this blows. I like the first one. And I think it's an interesting debate of how they're actually the same and how you train yourself to think is an interesting thing. That's all.
You're a competitive person. You like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
And same with me.
true.
I like that too.
But you know what I've been fascinated by? How much we underestimate the brain and how much we underestimate humans. I think a ton is DNA. But I'm
it's DNA, man.
listen, by the way, I'm a huge DNA guy.
yeah.
However, I've been impressed now that I'm 42. I was blind DNA at 29. At 42, I'm like, the people you surround yourself with, like, there's a lot of variable, you know, like
that'll maximize your internal
Yeah,
count.
man. I become super fascinated by the inner circle.
Yeah, your chief of staff, your
If
core.
he keeps hanging out with fucking LeBron fans in Houston, he's gonna fucking lose.
Yeah, guess who I'm a fan of?
Who?
Sacramento Kings.
I love you for
Pick and
that.
stick.
I know.
Dude, they had you. Wait a minute, you're 32.
Yeah, man.
You had some good years.
Yeah, 2000s. Ooh.
Weber, White Chocolate.
Come on,
fucking
man.
Vlade.
Baby, Game 5. We were robbed. Yes.
Do you understand?
I do.
Can I give you?
I understand.
Let me tell you what you should do first. Go buy a Houston Rockets jersey. It will remind you of this conversation. And will change, if you become a Rockets fan when we hang up, it will change the outcome of your life.
I don't entirely agree with that. You got to stand up to your family, but okay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and the family's not even like, it's not like I have the strictest family in the world. It's just
But sure,
more,
the
more,
Nike
more
jersey will
doubtful.
change things.
Yeah,
I believe it.
CP3 jersey.
I get the mentality.
I really believe
but
it,
I'm
man.
talking about the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room is easy when you're
not
wearing your
him going to Foot
CP3.
Locker
Sure it
and
is.
everything.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Because when he... No.
I hear what I 100%
You're
hear what
wearing a
saying.
Muhammad Ali hoodie.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of interesting things to this. Like, look, I think you're taking the black and white of it, but if he actually became a Rockets fan,
Right.
I genuinely
It's
believe
the
that his life
beginning
would...
of the DNA of...
Dude,
right.
I'm like,
I hear what
I
you're
think
saying.
you're right. I just also think I'm right. Like, it's fascinating to me that he desperately needs to become a Rockets fan or his life is going to be not as good.
How do you guys edit this? This is incredible. Okay. I hear what
Can
you're
you
saying.
become a Rockets fan, bro?
I am. The Rockets, I love the
you're
Rockets.
not, dude. This is the whole thing. You can't say you are when the fucking Rockets go to the NBA Finals, play against the Cavs, and you're fucking like, yay, Kevin Love.
I got you. I'm getting what you're saying. See, I love the Rockets even more after CP3 came. I love CP3 so.
Please, I gotta get off the phone. I cannot wait. By the way, I cannot wait to play Gary Vee in the Gary Vee biopic in whiteface because I know all the mannerisms. I know the insane theories. By the way, I love that you stick to your takes.
I want him to win. Bro, this is not a joke. I genuinely believe if he became a Rockets fan that his life would be better. I'm like literally.
I understand the crux of your argument.
Help me with this. This is something weird for me. This has happened with me in health and other things. Like I haven't eaten in 2 days, and I'm fascinated by this because
intermittent fasting.
I'm just fascinated by that. I think we are completely underestimating the capability of a human being, and we just are just doing that. I think practice. You know, it's funny. This is going back to you just used it like the flab, the repetition.
Yeah.
I really believe this stuff. I believe the people you hang out with, I think when you keep doing things that become uncomfortable, they become more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, this is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
I mean it. I think it's kind of weirdly, do you want to hear something funny? I think it's practical. I think it's practical to disrupt yourself, especially if you aspire to.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting.
But you have to like that in the 18 to 30.
Yes.
You have to kind of be cool with being like, I went to the family wedding and everyone made fun of me.
I love
cool.
that.
I'm out. I live outside of the Matrix.
I love that.
Remember in the Matrix,
on.
there's the scene where he's eating the steak and he goes, you know that's not really steak. And he goes, I don't care. It tastes delicious. People who like living outside of the Matrix, like being like, fuck that. I don't want the steak. They just thrive off of that. They thrive going to the family party and being like, yeah, I'm the freak. And that's fine.
Yep.
But you have to be... That's why I think it's really interesting when when you're advocating people, like it's harder and harder later in life to be like.
Let me tell you what's interesting. When you advocate,
but I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, and I know you do, I think what's interesting is I've got the benefit of the feedback in my inbox. It's been fascinating. I'm proud that some of the content I make gives people guts to do something they've always wanted. Like, I find that encouragement is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it's encouragement.
I think you doing you and putting out the content, your existence is inspiration. People ask all the time, like, what is he doing? The thing kind of what GaryVee does and what The Rock does, it just gives you a touch point to be like, I just got in a big argument with my aunt. She says I'm stupid. You go to their account and you're like, oh, he's lifting right now. That's what I'm supposed to be doing.
The Rock.
I'm not supposed to, right? I'm not supposed to be like in my room being like, my chachi said this, my khala said that.
Do you know,
like you're supposed to.
Do you know what scares me about the immigrant
That's
thing?
what I think of it as.
So I'll tell you something else that I want to touch on because I want somebody to hear this, one person, and it makes them actually do. I'm worried about how this story plays out. There are so many immigrant or tight-knit families. Let's use tight-knit families because I think that's a better way to go. Yeah. There's so many tight-knit families where they are appeasing their parents. I love my parents so much, it actually hurts my feelings. Like I don't know how much you guys look, but the public events that Pencils of Promise, right? Like, were you there when right? I can't publicly talk about my parents without crying. Like, I love my parents so much, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm so worried that a lot of us are like that we do things to appease them in the short term and then resent.
Yeah.
I'm scared because I'd rather have the short-term pain of him doing it now, letting the market play out. What we don't talk about, go show me all the brown kids, all the Russian kids that are 60 and 80 with their parents. I know the 60 and 80-year-old relationships, they're broken because the 6-year-old followed the 80-year-old and they've had 35 years of shit relationship because they didn't marry that girl, right?
Right.
Because they didn't try that thing.
Right.
And so I think the short-term pain of a Band-Aid rip versus cancer that happens in the back half of every one of these people's lives is an important conversation that isn't being debated enough.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited that I want him to become a Rockets fan, man.
You really are like a school counselor.
Oh, I know. I wish
because
I get it.
for me, like, look, being at the Daily Show, there was a lot of. Here's the thing: a lot of people were like, like Van Jones, reach across the aisle, convince those people to see the light or see the side. I'm less interested in reaching across the aisle of people who want to ban Muslims or build a wall.
Yes.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm more concerned about what are all those people in all those swing states that just didn't vote, that were like, nah, got Stranger Things, and didn't vote, and did got instead of voting.
Right.
Those are the people I'm trying to reach through
You're
my videos.
worried about the guy in Wisconsin who's on a softball team and is like, fuck it, I gotta go warm up for the softball game.
Yeah. Just go, come on, man. It's one day. Just go. Cast your vote. Be a part of the process.
What do you think?
Reaching those people rather than going over, being like, don't build a wall and buy rockets.
Do you watch documentaries?
Love documentaries.
Did you watch the Rolling
Define
Stones
one?
one?
Oh, and I didn't see the Rolling Stones one.
Cool. You need to. You'll like it.
Okay.
It's just culture.
Yeah. So much fun.
Question of the day. You get to ask it.
Question of the day. What is the new move that you're going to add to your game this year that's going to help you maximize your talent?
I love it. And I never do this, but I'm going to add this. Will you become a Rockets fan?
All right. He's not.
You keep asking questions. Will
Keep answering.
Yeah.
I'm a real fan.